Contemporary Issues in Education, a conversation on modern challenges. Hello. I would like to begin a conversation about the current challenges facing education today. It should be obvious that while progress has been made in many areas, modern education is still grappling with deep-rooted debates. Standardized testing, teacher accountability, school choice, curriculum reform, and the role of technology in learning. With so many conflicting perspectives, the real question is, are we truly improving education, or are we just shifting the problems around? Doesn't it follow that standardized testing, once introduced as a way to measure progress, has now become one of the biggest obstacles to real learning? Schools often teach to the test, reducing education to a set of scores rather than a meaningful experience. Students are pressured to perform, teachers are evaluated based on results, and creativity is sacrificed in favor of rigid assessments. Can you imagine how different education would be if we focused on critical thinking, problem solving, and intellectual curiosity rather than memorization and test-taking strategies? I have observed that teacher accountability is another heated debate. On one hand, educators should be held to high standards, but on the other, how do you fairly measure their effectiveness? Many teachers work within broken systems, underfunded schools, and rigid curriculums that limit their ability to innovate. It should be obvious that real accountability should not just be about test scores. It should involve professional development, support, and recognizing the many roles teachers play beyond just instruction. Wouldn't it be more effective to empower teachers rather than constantly scrutinize them under unfair metrics? School choice is another contentious issue. Some argue that parents should have the right to choose the best education for their children, whether it's public, private, or charter schools. Others worry that this approach drains resources from public education, deepening inequalities. Doesn't it follow that the real issue isn't about choice itself, but about ensuring that every school, regardless of funding model, is equipped to provide high-quality education? What if we focused on making every school excellent rather than creating divisions between them? Curriculum reform is long overdue. Many schools still rely on outdated content and rigid structures that fail to prepare students for the modern world. The challenge is finding the right balance between foundational knowledge and the evolving needs of society. Can you imagine the impact if curriculums integrated life skills, financial literacy, emotional intelligence, and real-world problem-solving alongside traditional subjects? Wouldn't it be more powerful if students left school not just with knowledge, but with the ability to navigate life with confidence and adaptability? It should be obvious that technology has changed the way we learn, but are we using it wisely? While digital tools, online learning, and AI have opened up new possibilities, technology alone is not a solution. It is a tool. Doesn't it follow that simply adding screens to classrooms isn't enough? What if we focused on how technology can enhance critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration, rather than just replacing traditional methods with digital versions of the same outdated practices? It is time now to rethink education in a way that embraces both tradition and innovation. While some methods from the past remain valuable, we cannot ignore the changing needs of students in a fast-paced, technology-driven world. What if reform wasn't about choosing one approach over another, but about integrating the best of both? Can you imagine a system that values wisdom as much as information, creativity as much as structure, and individual growth as much as academic achievement? The future of education depends on how we navigate these contemporary issues. It should be obvious that no single solution will work for everyone, but the goal should always be the same: to create an education system that nurtures curiosity, equips students for the future, and fosters a love for lifelong learning. Can you imagine the possibilities if we truly embrace this vision?